on your eyes, you can enable that section too. Importantly, with this platform, just want to make a note, it's a great opportunity to really create a strong profile. This initial profile is going to be kind of your initial introduction to a lot of these corporate buyers or networking between suppliers. So after you create your registration, we have the understanding that that's not the only point, that you may not have filled out all the information during registration. So you can go back and update your profile information to really give yourself a full profile when you're starting to send out requests, because users are going to be able to see some of the information visible on there, like the business categories, company description, any brochures or logos that you upload. Users will be able to see that, and we want to give all our users access to be able to update that stuff in real time. Just keep in mind, we do not share personal information. So there's not going to be any phone numbers on there or any private emails on there. The system is going to respect that privacy. It's a user-to-user based system, so it won't go outside of that aspect. So you shouldn't receive any personal emails from users in the system. You will receive notifications that someone sent you maybe a chat within the system. But if you do want to update any of your information, there's 2 sections you can perform that action or function with. And if you click on the icon where it says your name on the top right-hand corner, you're going to see some drop down here. From here, you can edit your profile. You can update your business categories or opportunities. And this is a very important aspect of the platform, because the business categories are going to give you your direct matches with the buyers themselves. Now, in this case, in this scenario, we are utilizing NAICS codes. NAICS codes can be kind of tricky. They may not be applicable to everyone. So I do encourage that if you're not too sure what NAICS code that best represents your company, look them up online. There is a full database of NAICS codes, and you can kind of type in keywords, and it'll give you the NAICS codes that's most applicable to you. Also, add as many that you feel like your organization can do, because the more NAICS codes that you have, the better chances of increasing your matches in the system. So keep that in mind, and I'll show you how to kind of navigate the NAICS code section. You can upload files, like I mentioned before. So that's going to be logos, brochures, even an attendee photo. It will show up on the top right-hand corner there. You can change your password and log out. The second place where you can update your profile information is you click on Update Profile on this box over here, and then it's going to take you to an Edit Profile section, which I'll show you into. Besides updating your profile, I just want to give a little attention to the business category section. So I'm going to move on to the next spot. So we initially grabbed this information during registration, but you can expand on it post-registration. And I do recommend that you do that. We are utilizing NAICS codes, but the search algorithm will pull off a keyword. So if you don't know your NAICS codes, you can enter just a keyword, and it should auto-generate it. So if I'm into computer services or what have you, I do manufacturing, I'll see all the NAICS codes that correspond to computers. Add as many that you feel like pertains to your company. Again, this is the important aspect of this, is that it allows the system to do the matching for you and start generating those matches. So I'm going to move on. So with any action you do here, when you add it, just make sure you confirm it by clicking Save as well. Besides that, the main dashboard is going to be the location where you do see your matches in the system, whether it's from buyer to supplier or supplier to supplier. That's going to be designated under this box over here. The See Matches section is going to be buyer supplier, and of course supplier supplier is going to be located here. So I'm going to click on supplier supplier, and it's going to take me to the supplier supplier matching section. Keep in mind, this is not representative of the actual database that we have currently. This is for demo purposes only. You may notice as soon as you go to your matches or go to the supplier meeting directory, you have some filters on the left-hand side. These filters can pull keywords from users' descriptions or brochures. So if there's some service that you're interested in, try typing in a keyword and see what you find there. You can export the results onto a CSV file. It is limited to 100 users within the system. But if you do want something more tangible to look at before you start scheduling your meetings, please feel free to utilize this. You can search by products on some of the filters. Now, keep in mind, this filter is reactive, so you won't be able to search a product that a user has not added to their actual profile. So if you're looking for like farm services and no one added farm services as a product or service, you won't be able to select that as the selectable fields. So again, it's reactive to what we have in the system. Same with state or location. These two profiles, one person from District of Columbia, the other person is from Texas. So I am able to pull and kind of narrow down my search results. Again, this is a great tool for kind of narrowing things down. If you're looking for someone specific to kind of meet up and network with, please utilize that function to help that. You do have access to kind of a profile view as well, so you can view their full profile by clicking on the View Profile button. If they uploaded a image or a brochure, you'll be able to download that as well. If they have a website, you can click on the website button and it's going to take you there. Another great feature that this has is a Let's Connect, and this is an internal chat system that allows people to connect with each other without requesting meetings, and doesn't share any personal information. So if you want to meet up prior to the actual matchmaker, it works just like iMessages. The users will be able to share with each other different information and chat through this, this particular section. Most importantly, you are able to request meetings on this particular section as well. Again, the matchmakers for supplier is going to be on the Tuesday, and the buyer supplier is going to be on Thursday. So when I click on request meetings, sorry, my Wi-Fi is moving a little slow, it should generate the actual meeting times for the supplier only. You can select up to 3 different times. There we go. You can select up to 3 different suggested times to meet with. Keep in mind, once you send a request, that meeting has to be confirmed by the other user. A meeting does not show up on your schedule unless it's confirmed by the other user. So I'll click on my 3 times, I'll send the request. The request goes out to the other user. They may receive a notification, whether it's email, text message, or just through the system. And then they'll be able to review your profile and decide, hey, you know what? I want to meet with this particular person as well. So that would be supplier. All the same features are also going to be located on your buyer supplier section as well. So keep in mind, this top navigational bar will allow you to navigate to different aspects of the system. You don't have to continue to go back to dashboard. If you click on My Meeting Maker here, it's going to give you your drop down. It'll show you my matches, which is going to be your buyer supplier, or if you want to go supplier, you can do that as well. So I clicked on my matches, and now I'm going to take a look at my matches with buyers. The view is the same. You'll know they're different because it should say corporate buyer on here, and you'll see some of those corporate names located here as well. So it could be like American Airlines, etc. You'll see them. If you're a direct match with them, they will show under your matches. And again, we get those matches from our business categories. You have all the same functionalities in this section as well. And keep in mind, if you had a meeting with someone from last year and you did add them to your favorites, they will show up as your favorites under this event as well. So that is a great function to have, adding people to favorites, kind of check marking them like, hey, this is someone I'm really interested in. So if you do utilize this platform for another NGLCC event and they so happen to be there, you can filter out your favorites right away, which is a great, great system to have on there. You'll be able to see the matching NAICS codes that you have in common with them. You'll be able to view their profile and see if they have any particular opportunities that they added here. The Let's Connect function also works on this section as well. And again, most importantly, you are able to request these meetings with these particular corporates. It works exactly the same. You click on Request Meeting. It's going to generate. Once those meeting times generate, you're able to select up to 3 different meeting times, send that request, and that particular buyer is going to have that request. With this section in particular, it is very important, since this is kind of your intro to the buyers that you can potentially meet with. Do your research on it. Make sure you review the categories that they selected. Make sure you review their profile, get a good understanding of who you're meeting with. This particular tool is a great introduction and a great starting point where you can leverage the information you received earlier to start doing your research. So if they posted any brochures, websites, really take the time and dive in at this particular section and have an understanding of the buyer's needs. It may not give you everything, but it'll give you a starting point where you can start looking from. So last thing I want to touch base on, and like I said, this is a double confirmation system. You send out a request, that user receives a request, and that request has to be confirmed. In the same regard, you can receive requests as well. You can receive requests from other suppliers. You can receive requests from other buyers. And you have the ability to accept or decline those requests as well. So I'm going to take us back to the main dashboard. And if we look down just a little bit under the 4 main boxes that we've been exploring, you'll see requests received and requests sent. Now, this is going to be the queue of how many requests that you sent out in the system and how many requests that you received in the system. It can come from either suppliers or it can come from other buyers as well. So if I click on Manage Requests, it's going to take me to my queue. Now, I can see that I've received a request from MBM Vendor 1. I can see the meeting times that they've requested as well. So they suggested to meet at 2:30, 2:45, 2:50, 3:05, 3:10, and 3:25. From this point, I can either view their profile. If I just click on their name, I can accept the request, decline the request, or send them a Let's Connect and kind of ask them like, okay, I'm interested. Let's chat a little bit more before I accept the meeting. But in this particular case, I'm going to accept the request. It's going to generate the times that they suggested to me. Now, keep in mind, the system won't allow you to double book, so you don't have to worry about that. So if you don't have a time available, if you were booked for that 2:30 time slot, it's not going to give you options to select that. So I can confirm any one of these times, or I can confirm another time. So as the final person receiving the request, you have the final say in the actual meeting time. Again, it won't allow you to double book. It's only pulling from the times that both parties have in common. But, you know, let's go for the sake of demo. I'm going to select the 2:50 to 3:05 time. Now this is an actual confirmed meeting. Meeting was confirmed on August 13, 2:50 p.m. Meeting locations at table 1. So with supplier meetings, the tables are randomly assigned. Buyers will have predetermined meeting locations, so you'll be able to see who at what time and what location you're meeting with each individual. And that kind of takes us to our schedule section. You do have the ability from your main dashboard to view or update your current schedule. This will show up as a timeline. You also will have the ability to print out your schedule as a hard copy, but keep in mind that it's important to come on site and receive your final schedule from the matchmaking team as well, because sometimes changes may occur. We are going to try to close scheduling at a specific time, but with people's schedules, it's best to come on site and receive your final schedule from the matchmaking team. I will be located on site at a matchmaking booth. I'll be there with all the schedules that are printed out, so just come say hello to me at the matchmaking booth. My name is Jeff again. I'll hand you your final schedule, and I can help you kind of navigate the matchmaker from there. One final note before I pass it on to TJ. This system is compatible with iOS and Android devices, tablets as well. It's not a downloadable app for the matchmaking platform. This is separate from the conference app. This is a separate platform. You can utilize it if you just go to Safari or whatever web browser you have on your mobile device. Go to NGLCC19.mbmapp.com and follow the same flow to log in from that point. So that's about it. Again, I will make myself available to help make this process as smooth as possible. We are launching buyer-supplier scheduling now, right after this call, so you will be receiving notifications if you're not in the system yet. Go ahead and register. Supplier meetings are currently open. Users are requesting time, so make sure you get in there, request those meetings, as well as your buyer-supplier meetings as well. So that's about all I have. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing. TJ, if there's any questions, again, I will be available. info@mybusinessmatches.com to contact me directly as well.
All right, thank you so much, Jeff. That was great. We're going to do our question and answer session now. You might have to share screen again, Jeff. So we'll see. We got some great questions in the comment section over here. So I'm going to scroll through some, and Jeff, maybe you can help answer some. So it says I believe the code list isn't friendly for promo products. Is there any way of adding a code?
So as far as business categories goes, we can take requests for additional business categories that go beyond the NAICS codes. So that is typically handled on a case-by-case basis. Send the request to the NGLCC matchmakers, and then we can look to incorporate it as something selectable for the matching.
Okay, thank you. So let's see. How do I get my company listed in suppliers? I don't see it there yet. I believe that this was a question of if they're logged in through themselves, can they see their own company in the directory, or if will they see it in the directory themselves?
No, they actually won't see themselves in the directory. Once you're logged in as yourself, you won't see yourself in the directory. I do assure you that you are there. If you go to, if you click on your name on the top right-hand corner and click on View Profile, you'll be able to see the information that's displayed to other companies.
Okay, great. Let's see. It would be great to be able to see our own profile to make sure it's looking as intended. I think you touched on it, but the way to view your profile as a buyer.
Yes, so to view how other users view you, if you click on your name on the top right-hand corner and click on View Profile, that is going to show all the information that's going to be displayed on your profile. But I do understand where you're coming from on this. You want to be able to actually see yourself, and that is something that we are working for future releases.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, Jeff,
my suppliers.
Oh. TJ, 1 second.
Jeff,
would you want me to share your screen again, or?
We can. Yeah, that's no problem.
Okay, I'll switch over. All right, sorry about that, TJ.
No worries. So Jeff, my supplier to supplier list appears with records, but the supplier to buyer list is empty of any records. Any insights?
Yes, I do have insights. After this call, I'm going to release all the buyers from the system, and then you should be able to see them. So just wait, be patient, wait for a notification from us, and once you receive that notification, it's kind of off to the races from there. You should be able to see some matches. If you don't have a match, again, directly right away, keep in mind, buyers are still registering in the system. There are going to be other opportunities. And also take that time to kind of build your profile a little bit more, add more business categories if needed to try to increase your matches.
Great. Jeff, where in the profile can we upload brochures or samples or images, things like that? Okay.
So if you click on the top right-hand corner and click on Upload Files, that capability should be there. If it's not there yet, I'll just go ahead and turn it on really quickly. Let me just double check. Because the capability to upload logos and attendee profile should be there. I'll just have to double check on the, yep, looks like I just need to turn it on. So again, once I send out the notification for the buyer supplier meetings, you'll be able to go in there and upload your logos as well. So just sit tight on that one.
Fantastic. Let's see. Next question. Someone said they don't see any matches at all yet. Is this normal?
Yeah, so that goes back to the buyers. After this call, I'm going to release the buyers into the system, and then you should start seeing your matches there. So just sit tight on that. You'll receive a notification after this call when you're able to go in there and see your matches.
Okay. Next question I think I might be able to address. Is there a way for other businesses to request meetings with us in Tampa? Let's say I wanted to see a small business in my state. I believe that this is asking outside of the matchmaking programs opportunities to request meetings. The app does have a meeting feature where all the attendees will be listed and you can message them individually. And I believe the events team in DC is setting up a coffee lounge at the conference area where you can, request a meeting and then have an informal meeting amongst the conference center. Let me know if that answered your question. Is there only in the upload feature, the documents, is it only for logos and profile photos, but not for brochures? You can upload brochures, you said, Jeff?
Yes. It looks like that feature was temporarily disabled, but after this call, I'll make sure to turn it on, and all users will be able to upload brochures.
Okay, cool. I think that's all of our questions for now. Thank you again so much, Jeff. As Jeff said, please, if you have any questions at all, please email us at matchmakers@nglcc.org, and we'll be able to answer your question within a few hours and get you directed to the appropriate source to get any question answered for you. I encourage, as Jeff said, for all of you to poke around the profile as soon as you can, so you can start requesting those meetings. Unfortunately, buyers aren't always, they don't all register at the same time. So I encourage you, at least every other day to log in and check what the status of your meetings are and what other companies have joined, and just kind of keep up the maintenance so everything is sufficiently requested to your liking. And also, don't ever get worried if you only have a few meetings or you have a bunch of meetings. It really just varies on person to person, and there's no right number for meetings. This is one of many opportunities you're going to have to connect with all of these individuals, and NGLCC is incredible about creating opportunities within the conference outside of Matchmakers for you to connect with your peers and buyers and affiliate chamber leaders. So there will be a plethora. I encourage everyone to do the walk and talks in the morning, which is a little more informal version of Matchmakers, where you will get to, they set up a track around the conference center where in the morning you put on your sneakers and you put on your gym clothes along with the corporate buyers, and you can just do a nice big 5-minute lap, just get to know them a little bit informally, and it's a good addition on top, to build those relationships on top of the matchmaking program. One more question before we get everybody out of the room. It looks like we might have two. Can you upload more than one logo if you have several business entities, Jeff?
That is a great question. Unfortunately, at the moment, no. So the way it works, because we are running on, it's a cloud-based server system, and we have servers that we have to maintain all these different images and logos and documents. We do have a set requirement on the upload. It has to be 5 megs. That's the maximum size that it can be. So if you can fit all your logos into one, whether it's just docking the image and just kind of putting them under one file, then that's the possibility. But unfortunately, you can't upload more than one currently. Okay, thank you. One question is, who do we talk to if we think there's no reason to participate in the Matchmaker program, as they are a small niche practice? Dave, please feel free to reach out to Alicia and I after this, and we can hop on a call and find the best resource and opportunity for you to get the most out of the conference in your experience. We're all happy to take some time out of our schedule to help you out. As I said, I'm a New Yorker, and I don't want to waste any of your time, I promise. Another question, are the walk-alongs scheduled or are they ad hoc? So those are ad hoc. You actually will register on site. It's in the morning. I believe it's at 8 o'clock. You can check the conference schedule for that. It's at 8 o'clock, and you'll just show up, and it's first come, first serve. So there's no preparation required.
Hey,
yes.
Hey, I'm sorry. I believe it's like at 7:30. It's early.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm
But it's
sorry,
great.
everybody. It's a little bit earlier.
We'll be walking around in the heat. It's a great time. But yeah, no, it's whenever you get there, you register there. You just sign your name up, and you go walk along with a corporate partner.
Awesome. Thank you, Alicia.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, can you upload a capability statement and a brochure? Yes, I believe, Jeff, you can second that you should be able to upload both of those.
Yep, that is correct.
Let's see. Thank you for just looking over. Is the sign in for the NGLCC conference app the same as what we have set up for the Matchmaker portal? No, though that will be a totally separate login, and I believe it is the login information that you registered for conference with. So it'll be your email address, and you can reach out. If you're having issues with that, you can also reach out to us, and we'll make sure you're connected to the app supporters as well. All right, we made it just in time. It is 1 minute to 3. I'm glad we got to finish this within an hour. Thank you all again for joining us at the conference this year. It's going to be an awesome event. Thank you, Jeff, Alicia, Stephanie, everybody who was able to help out. Please reach out to us if you have any questions at all. Again, it's matchmakers@nglcc.org. We're going to follow up We're going to follow up with an email with a best tips and practices sheet that you can review, as well as this presentation so that you can review at your leisure. And otherwise, I hope everybody has a great day. And thank you again. And we will all see you in just under a month. Have a great day, everybody.
All right. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.